Right, on to this now. So Masilonyana in the Free State has also been identified as one of the municipalities struggling with financial mismanagement. Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Cogta found that the council was plagued by questionable use of funds and an unending water crisis. Well, the DA Free State MPL David McKay joins us for more on this. David, a good evening to you and thank you so much for joining us. Just looking at the many challenges that are being seen at the Masilonyana Municipality, and one big number pops out at me. The Metro failing to recover 80% of its debt, 194 million rand in conditional grants underspent. I mean, these are massive problems. So how would you describe the functionality of Masilonyana Municipality?
Well, hi, good evening, Leila, and thanks for the opportunity. Firstly, this is a systemic problem. This hasn't happened overnight. Masilonyana has had huge administrative problems way back. Even I call it the Troika union or the Troika combination of the MM and the CFO were together in Mafube before they came over to Masilonyana. There's infighting between the mayor and the MM. There's MPAC is not operating properly, not operating at all. The last time MPAC sat was in 2021. And that's for those who don't know, MPAC is the Municipal Public Accounts Committee, which are there to investigate any irregularities. So basically, the CFO was doing exactly what he wanted to do. Whenever he wanted to do it, he had the backing, obviously, of the MM, and then there was infighting, and then there were strikes because the people wanted the mayor gone. Other people wanted the CFO gone. It's a complete catastrophe. There should have been an intervention in Masilonyana years ago.
I've got so many questions now. How is it possible that a Municipal Public Accounts Committee does not sit since 2021? And has the issue been escalated? What happens when attempts to escalate then do take place?
Well, there was an actual, the Democratic Alliance councillors actually wrote to the MEC and they requested that MPAC must start sitting and they must intervene so that MPAC can sit. The problem came that the MEC then wrote to them. He even actually, well, to carry it further, to give you an idea how far how rogue this municipality has actually gone, in the MEC's defense, he actually rescinded the position of the CFO, which the council then decided to act against and ignored it completely. So they just accepted that they were going to employ this CFO. Then once the infighting started between him and the mayor, then only did the fight start. So up to that stage, he was fine, but they still haven't rescinded his position. And that after he was found guilty in Mafube of financial malfeasance. Oh. So it's a shocking state of events. When there's no disciplinary audits, the Premier has now said that her and the MEC and her team will go in herself. She'll go and visit herself, and she will sort out the rot, not only of this municipality, but of other municipalities. In my opinion, it's a little too late and too little too late. It should have been done previously. Why did we have to wait for this oversight committee? All these things were out on the table. They've been exposed. They've been discussed many, many times. To now all of a sudden want to put a team together and go in and try and resolve issues that have been there for years and years is going to be extremely difficult because the systemic rot has set in.
What is this? And I want you to, if you can, explain what the systemic rot is, because we're looking at visuals now of, rubbish that has not been picked up, sewer in the streets. We're looking at aged infrastructure, but talk to me about what that's done to basic daily services, water, electricity.
Let's first look at what this municipality consists of. This municipality consists of 3 small towns, namely Wynberg, which is just off the N1, Tiernissen, on the way to Welkom, and Winnie Mandela, also known as Brandfort. Winnie Mandela town, also known as Brandfort. Now, these 3 little towns are, they're not it's not a very wealthy area. It is reliant on grants, which aren't properly used. Now, when I say systemic rot, let's start with the water, which is a basic need of people.
Yeah.
In Wynberg, the sanitation is so bad that it is raw sewage running straight into the Rietfontein Dam, and it is so full of sludge, then that Rietfontein Dam then has to feed the water for the drinking water for the same town. So they've now stopped taking water out of the Rietfontein Dam because it was so heavily polluted. Although they were managing at a certain stage to somehow get the water through, and it was tested, it was safe for human consumption. But the problem is it's got so bad now that they've actually stopped. So what's happened is this year, on several occasions, they've been without without water for more than 7 days. Then the infrastructure, I'm just speaking about Wynberg first.
Yeah.
The pipes and the infrastructure has gone. The pipe keeps bursting. The reticulation teams that have to then go and fix and do maintenance and do repairs on the pipe can't get the parts, mainly because the suppliers have never been paid. They weren't paid on their 30-day within the 30-day period. If they got paid at all, they then eventually get the part which gets driven through from Bloemfontein or from Machabeng or for wherever it comes from. It takes up to 2 weeks before the part gets there. By that stage, they've lost millions of litres of drinking water. The valves can't be turned off because they don't know where they are or they're broken. They've lost complete control of the infrastructure system.
Sure.
So, and that is just Wynberg. In Brandfort, you had a major problem with suppliers that had already worked themselves so strongly into the municipality that they had the keys for the pump stations. So if he decided on a good day that he's not getting paid enough, or if he's not being paid on time, he'd lock the pump stations, turn them off, or simply remove them.
That means community members aren't able to get access to water. I'm out of time, David. I mean, this is. No, it's all right, and this is what we really wanted to hear, just how dire the situation is. What is the call, and to who? We know that there obviously has been, some discussion around this at the Portfolio Committee in Parliament on Cogta. Is that satisfactory? What is it that the community would want to see urgently? Well, definitely, we need to get an intervention in, and which we can start with a 154 intervention, which means they take over. The province takes over financial cases from the municipality, and they handle all that. And then you can have intervention 139, where there's definitely you just replace the entire municipality staff and get it out there, and then get your own team in there of professionals. And see if that won't work. It has worked in certain places. Obviously, interventions are not always the answer, but at least it's a start to the solution. For a solution to the problem. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for letting us in. And of course, we've got some visuals from the Masilonyana Municipality. Really concerning. David McKay there speaking to us. He is, of course, a Free State MPL and DA provincial spokesperson for Cogta.